Gilt is an interface builder for X11 written in Lisp using the Garnet User Interface Development Environment. Like other interface builders, it allows widgets to be selected from a palette and placed into a drawing window using the mouse. The text labels can be edited in place, and other properties can be set using property sheets. Objects can be moved and changed size, and the Align command brings up a special dialog box to neaten the display. The user can go into Run mode to see how the interface will work. We have observed that in most dialog boxes, there are many relationships among the widgets, such as that one should turn gray or get a special value when another widget is selected. Also, multiple widgets are often used to compute a single value. For example, here, the whole dialog box should return a single font value. Normally, these kinds of relationships would have to be defined using callback procedures. For this dialog box, up to 13 callbacks might be needed in other toolkits. But Gilt allows most of them to be eliminated by specifying the behaviors by demonstration. First, we will modify the returned value of a widget. The widget is selected and the value control window is brought up. The default filter is the identity function, which just copies the value. So the default filtered value for the radio button widget is the string label. We instead want it to be a font object computed based on the values of other widgets. So we type the name of the function and then select the other widgets in the correct order and hit the Use Value of Object button. The getStandardFont function takes normal Lisp keywords, not widget references. So Gilt notices that the types returned by the widgets do not match those required for the procedure, and it brings up 3 more value control windows to convert the values of those widgets. For the first widget, Gilt automatically proposes a transformation since it knows how to convert strings to keywords. The second widget is a set of checkboxes, and the return value is a list of the selected items. Gilt does not know how to convert a list into a keyword, so it requires the user to help. The user can either type into the filter expression window, or he can type the desired value into the result part of the value window, and Gilt will create an expression that will return that result when the widget has its current value. By going into Run mode and changing the widget value, the user can define an appropriate value for each widget setting. For the final widget, the infer transformation is correct. For the other font branch, we again use a function, but this time the function will take a string, so the other widget referred to requires no transformation. Here, however, we want to specify error handling. The getFontFromFile function returns the special value not font if the string is not a valid font. So we use a special error check window to type in the error message we want to see when the string is not valid. This string can refer to the values of widgets, so it will be more informative. Of course, we can check to see if this works immediately by going into Run mode. Finally, we would make the value of the dialog box be the value of the pair of radio buttons. Next, the widgets should be made to go invalid depending on the radio button selected. This can be defined by selecting the widget to go gray and using the Enable control window. This works in a similar manner to the value control windows. The same operation would then be performed on the other widgets. A similar technique can be used to set the font of the example string to depend on the value of the dialog box, and then the interface is complete. Similar mechanisms have been designed to control the other properties of the widgets. The result is that dialog boxes need many fewer callback procedures, and the ones that remain, such as get font from file and get standard font, are really more like utility functions, since they take regular values like numbers and strings as parameters. Therefore, the functions that remain are completely independent of the particular widgets used.